Happy Monday. So today we're going to be talking about regret. As you saw on the postcard, regret for wasted time is more wasted time. So I cannot wait to speak on this postcard. I usually take a look at the postcards that I'm going to post. Usually when I post the last one. So last week I saw that this was going to be this week's. And I said, you know what? Next week will be a perfect time to speak on that, just because, I did just go through a situation where I had to let someone go that I really cared about, and still care about. And, one of the main things that people were kind of making a comment on was the fact that it was a waste of my time. And my reaction to that was, I don't feel like it was a waste of time. I feel like, it was just another lesson I had to learn in life. Why is that my perspective? Back in the day, I've used the term wasted time so much. I honestly feel like it makes you feel worse about the situation. And I'm just at a different place in my life where I feel like I've already gone through so much with people that I just don't really look at it the same way anymore. For one, I'm not really surprised by much of what anyone does. I don't put anything past anybody. I guess you can say that I'm a person with trust issues. That has been thrown up in my face before quite a few times. I wear that badge proudly because at the end of the day, because I do have those trust issues, and I do know that one day I am going to have to trust somebody, like my mom said. And I do think when it comes to certain situations, I have already learned that, like business and things of that nature, you do have to kind of take that leap because, your stuff won't take off like you want it to. But when it comes to just people on a personal level, I definitely do have that whole mindset of where I don't put anything past anybody. So nothing often shocks me anymore. And then if it does, and I'm already past that moment of being shocked, meaning that you've already done 2 and 3 things down the road, I'm not going to keep being shocked every time you do something. You know what I mean? And I'm just being very transparent right now because, I know that that's required for you guys to understand where I'm coming from. And also it makes me relatable so that I go through stuff too. I'm able to just wear a smile on my face because I know the goodness of God and how much He has looked out for me. And even with this situation, once I was able to let go of something that I knew wasn't going to work for me, so many doors have opened up. So that's why I also don't look at something as far as I regret it, because one of the things I did learn upon leaving college and after I went over my quarter life crisis and 25-year mark, I learned that every single thing that I've gone through in life had to have happened for a reason. And once I had gotten to the point where I said, you know what? I don't have any more regrets. So this was after breakups, turning down whatever opportunity might have come my way that I felt like I could have taken, for whatever reason I didn't. I had, at that point in my life, decided I am going to stop looking at things from a perspective of I regret something because I decided to make another choice. And I was comfortable in doing so because, like I said, I had realized that everything happens for a reason. And I was at a point in my life where I was okay with where I was at because I know that there was so much more to come. But I wasn't, I was in a comfortable space still, and I was content, meaning that I understood that, okay, I'm blessed. I have what I have because of certain things that have happened. So when I thought I was going through stuff and I thought that, oh my God, what was me? Why is this stuff always happening to me? And I even had, a moment like that similarly because like I said, I've just experienced a change within the last week, but it took me a while to even react to it because I just know better now. I know not to question why things happen because usually there's a reason. One, obviously there's a reason for everything. And two, usually I end up in a place where it's better than where I even imagine I will be at. And that's been happening all throughout my life. So I just look back on that moment where I finally realized and accepted that, you know what? I love my life right now and I don't have no regrets, because if I had to go through what I had to go through to get to where I'm at, then I don't have no regrets. Because obviously I wouldn't have gotten here if that wouldn't have happened. Imagine if everything would have happened in your life the way that you wanted them to. Exactly the way that you want them to. Now, I'm the type of person, I feel like for the most part, I always have my life planned out. I always tell people from the time I was about 4 years old, my mom will let you know, look, this is what I'm about to do. But, and most of that has come true, to date. However, there was a certain like vision that I saw as far as how I was going to get there. And I didn't exactly follow that vision or that path. I got here still. So it was like I knew what I wanted to do and I knew what was going to happen in my life, but I didn't know how I was going to get there. How can you exactly envision how you are going to get somewhere? So I just want you guys to take away from this message, you know, everything happens for a reason. It might not happen like you think it's going to happen. You know, it might not happen the way that you wanted it to happen. But if you desire something, talk to God about it, put it out in the universe, and keep working towards it, because you will get there. You're just not going to get there how you thought you were going to get there. You're going to lose people. You know, people are going to come in and out of your life. I mean, a lot of people are going to be a lesson and not a blessing. Maybe they were a blessing in a moment, and then that was it. They were just there to bless you for that specific moment, and then you have to move on, and you have to keep going on by yourself. Because as a good friend told me and reminded me of, you can only walk through a doorway one person at a time, right? Two people can't fit in the door at the same time unless you're going through a double door. But even then, even if you're going through a double door, each door has its own specific doorway. You can only walk through a door one person at a time. Everybody can't come with you. People can't walk through at the time that you walk through it. What's for you is for you. So that, you know, just to reiterate that, what God has for you is for you. Can nobody else take that away from you? And when he tells you that it's time to get up and move or it's time to do something, then you listen to him and you be obedient in that time of your life. If you're not obedient, stuff is going to keep happening to you. When you don't move, when he's telling you to move, stuff is going to keep happening to you. And it'll get worse and worse and worse and worse until it finally clicks in your mind and you realize, you know what? I got to make this move. I got to move. I got to move forward. It's time to do this. I was called upon to do that. You know what I mean? So that's why it's very important to, even if you don't know yet, find out what your purpose is and find out exactly what it is that you're supposed to be on this earth to do and how you're supposed to be serving people. Because when you find that out, you're always going to keep that in mind, and you're always going to remember that you have a greater purpose. It's not about you all the time. Sometimes you got to make choices in your life because you realize that, you know what, this doesn't directly align with my purpose and people need me out there. Because everybody needs somebody. You could walk around all day saying you don't need people. Everybody needs somebody. And each of us were put on this earth to serve God and to serve his people. Meaning that I'm supposed to make a difference in this world just as well as you are. It's not about you. Let's stop being selfish. Let's stop saying that we regret stuff. Let's, you know, because we feel like we didn't benefit from the situation. Let's stop that. Let's start focusing on a bigger picture. Everything happens for a reason. And you need to find out what that reason is. And not even primarily so you can understand, but also so you can know what direction you need to go in next. But you're not going to know that if you don't dig deep inside yourself and find out why it is that you are supposed to be doing what you're doing or living your life the way that you're supposed to be living your life. Stop wasting time, too. That's what I want us to focus on in 2017. Stop wasting time. Stop wasting time with people. Stop wasting time on things. Stop wasting time, period. Stop procrastinating. If you know what it is that you are supposed to be doing, start writing those goals down on a paper. Start getting into vision board creation. Like I posted a video and I showed y'all my vision board. It's stuff on my vision board that's already coming true that I didn't even know what the connection was. I just put it on there because I was like, you know what? I know I want this to be a part of my year. You know what I mean? And it is going to be a part of my year. But dang, it came to me in a package that I didn't even expect. And that's powerful. Because I saw it. I saw the vision and I put it on the board and I put it on the paper. But I didn't know to what extent it was going to come to me, you know, in the package that it came wrapped up in. So never give up. I want you guys to have a productive, prosperous week. If you got to go into work tomorrow and you feel like, oh God, I got to go back to work and it's Monday, you know what? Find the positivity in the situation. Start figuring it out what it is that you want to do so you don't have to keep looking forward to Monday and saying, oh my God, or Tuesday or Wednesday, I got to come back here, I got to do this. Find out what it is that you want to do and what you love so that you can stop having regrets. Learn to appreciate so you can erase that word out of your vocabulary. So that means that whatever happens, find the blessing in the lesson. So that way you can have something to look forward to. Because you know that you're making a difference in this world. That's purpose. And I always talk about purpose in my videos because it's very important in finding your happiness. So, you guys have a productive week. Like I said, stay ambitious, stay motivated. I hope that if you haven't already, I hope that you are well on your way or have signed up for my newsletter. I do a once a month focal point, and I give you tips in that newsletter as to how you can stay motivated on the daily and throughout the month. I do these weekly videos just to kind of help offset that. And my book launch is coming up. So if you are local to the Metro Detroit area or you'll be in Detroit around that time, my book launch will be Saturday, April 8th from 4 to 6:30 p.m. It's going to be absolutely great. I promise you will leave the event feeling empowered. And, you know, there'll be food, there'll be drinks, and you'll get to know me, Misha Mahan, as the author, blogger, business owner, and the motivation coach that you know and love so well. Until next time, like I said, stay ambitious, stay motivated.